Greetings, fellow Arrow fans. And also, forget what's going. Also, don't pay attention to what's going on in my hair. But anyway, all right. So let's. It's time to take a look at the penultimate episode of Arrow season 3. This is your sword. In the past, Hong Kong is in chaos. Akio is sick, so they rush to a pharmacy to fix it. In the present, Raish is telling Oliver that he needs to sever ties from his life by destroying Starling City. Maseo had given the Alpha and Omega virus to Raish, something the man admits to Oliver. He'd shown that he will marry Raish's daughter Nissa prior to destroying Starling. In Starling, Dig is chasing criminal but is cornered until Laurel shows up, revealing it had been Dig's plan to be cornered. They knock out the men and Dig continues punching well after. Afterwards, Felicity, Dig, and Laurel head to Dig's home. Felicity doesn't like how Dig is unhinged due to Oliver kidnapping Lila and turning on them. Felicity thinks that Oliver died the day he joined the League. Malcolm shows up and finds out that Thea is going to see Roy. Malcolm tries to talk her out of it, but she's upset with him. He then tells her that her going away might be for the best. Ananda Parbat, Nissa and Oliver sit across from each other at the table as Raish talks about his plan of her having a child. Oliver suggests he go on a walk to clear his head, as he is still coming to grips with marriage. He heads outside alone, mostly due to talking Raish out of sending someone with him. He meets up with a masked man who removes the mask to reveal Malcolm. Things are worse than we thought, Oliver said, before they walked off for him to fill them in. They reveal that they are working to dismantle the League. When Malcolm mentions not being able to rely on his friends, Oliver says he might know someone who can help. Maceo spots Oliver with the fire alone and tells him that there was some worry he had been gone a while. In the past, they were in the pharmacy trying to cure Akio, but the vaccine isn't working on the boy due to him being too young. Tetsu holds him as Maceo wants to find out if there is a cure. He approaches the place Roy is working at. Once they're finally alone, Thea tells him she's happy he is alive. Lucy has the office finds Ray working on updating the suit. He asks after her, but she won't reveal. He asks for a favor to sign a piece of paper. She has no idea what it is she is signing. Then she receives a text from Malcolm. As they sit in front of the fire, Oliver and Maceo had taken the drug before they had blown up the truck in the past. Laurel, Dig, and Felicity meet up with Malcolm, who reveals that Oliver is faking his allegiance. Felicity wonders what changed, so Malcolm said he brought along a friend, Tatsu. She tells him the city is in great danger. Felicity is skeptical, and Tatsu tells him about her son dying. Malcolm gives them all the information that he has on the weapon. Roy and Thea end up in his sublet. She tells him that she had his arsenal outfit. He asks why she is there, and her response is to kiss him. He removes her coat and begins to remove more clothing as they kiss. Ooh. At the foundry, they are looking at the information. Felicity is upset, but Dig and Laurel decide to go. Ananda Parbat, Raisha approaches his daughter and she asks him about why he wants her to marry someone that she doesn't love. He tells her about when he met her mother, and while she likes it, she still doesn't want to marry Oliver. He then threatens her. What he didn't know was she had a knife in her hand. Tatsu approaches Felicity and tells her about how Oliver's last thought before he fell was of her. Tatsu tells her to fight for Oliver. Tatsu tells her not to make her mistakes. In the past, Oliver and Maceo approach the base and spot two men. Maceo tells him he must kill. He does so. In the present, Tatsu opens a katana in front of Malcolm. Dig, Laurel, and Felicity show up. They head to Nanda Parbat and arrive during the daytime. As they hike, they show up by the plane and Malcolm senses people. They end up surrounded. Felicity rushes to the plane as the others fight to cover her. Felicity gets close and begins her work. Maceo shows up and Tatsu tries to talk him down. However, he won't, so they begin to fight. Across the way, Malcolm saves Laurel. Felicity's tablet is shot at, so she throws it and learns that Malcolm shot the man. As the plane takes off, Felicity reveals that she had Ray come along to help. He gets to the plane, but Ray speeds down. Maceo gets her knocked down, and he says to tell her son she loves him. She then kills him, something he thanks her for. She cries and holds him, reciting the same thing she said when their son died. Malcolm is alone fighting. Race reveals that they didn't destroy the weapon and lost. They are then taken for a race. She wants to know who told them. It's revealed that Oliver is marrying it's revealed Oliver is marrying Nissa that night, something that upsets Felicity. Ooh. Roy's kissing Thea and asks her to tell him why she's really there. She tells him that Oliver had to join the League to save her and became a different person. He tells her he wants what's best for her, then holds her. Locked up, the group wonders what's going to happen. The man shows up and takes Dick to Oliver. Once they are alone, Oliver learns he lost his trust and respect. In the past, Oliver and Maceo make their way to Shreve and ask about a cure. Maceo shoots at the journal who tells them about a cure in the safe. Oliver then decides to bring the man with them. Tatsu's sword is now in the hands of Raish, who had his talking to Malcolm. Malcolm tells the man that Oliver has been linked to him all along. He's then brought to Raish, who doesn't believe that Oliver is being true. Thea wakes up and finds that Roy is gone. After getting dressed, she heads to his rig and learns that Roy took off and left a note behind for her. The note tells her that he will always love her and that he left the suit for her. At Nanda Parbat, Malcolm is brought back to the group and Raish drops the virus in their prison. Everyone is freaking out, but not Malcolm. In the past, Oliver and Maceo and the General show up and learn that Ikea was already dead. The General says that there is no cure and he was happy to have tracked them down as he hated loose ends. In the present, Oliver is getting ready for his wedding to Nissa. Before the wedding can go on, Nissa tries to kill Oliver, but he stops her. In the basement, the group say goodbyes and begin to pass out. Alright, so let's take a look at some trivia surrounding this episode. This is the third time that the penultimate episode of Season of Arrow shares the name of a Bruce Springsteen song. The 2014 song, This Is Your Sword. Overall, this pattern was repeated 5 other times. The previews are Darkness on the Edge of Town and Streets of Fire, and the following are Lost in the Flood, Missing, and The Ties That Bind. Oliver is revealed to be working undercover so that he can dismantle a League of Assassins from the inside, with only Malcolm Merlin being the only other person aware of the plan. When Mother Shreve gives Maceo and Oliver the code to save containing the fake Alpha Omega cure, he says the code is 4587. This sequence will be Oliver's future prison number as inmate 4587 3 years later, when he was incarcerated in Slabside Maximum Security Prison. Roy uses alias Jason in Monument Point. This could be reference to the Red Hood's identity as Jason Todd. In the New 52, Jason Todd stars alongside Roy Harper in Volume 1 of the ongoing comic series Red Hood and the Outlaws. This episode marks the first appearance of Tatsu Yamashiro in her costume. And now finally, let's take a look at some goofs. The aircraft the League first uses is the Lockheed Martin F-35 Lightning II AK Joint Strike Fighter. During takeoff, is obviously an F-35-8B, the variant designed primarily for the United States Marine Corps. However, when Ray is fighting the aircraft in the air, is obviously an F-35A, the variant designed primarily for the United States Air Force, as the STOVL, short takeoff vertical landing doors on the B variant are not present. This footage looks a lot like some of the F-35 promotional video. The schematics of the aircraft on Felicity's tablet are not those of an F-35. They are closer to a McDonnell Douglas AV-8B Harrier, which also has STOVL capabilities but has a very different platform. So overall, I think this episode is kind of interesting, and yeah, if I was Felicity, then yeah, I would be kind of upset about Oliver marrying Nissa as well, so yeah, anyway. So overall, I give This Is Your Sword 4 arrowheads out of 5. Well, anyway, tune in to wait to look at the final episode of Season 3. My name is Oliver Queen. So, until then, in the words of Oliver Queen, you have failed this city.